Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Naoya Inoue destroys Jaime McDonnell in the first round. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Speaking of working, I put out a lot of good videos, I feel, for the boxing populace, and I had this in my mind to do this particular video, and I did all these other videos, and I was like, man, I don't really feel like doing this video, but I got my ass up and hit the record button because the world needs to know about Naoya Inoue, and I felt I wouldn't feel right if I didn't give him his proper shine. And sometimes it be like that. Just FYI for the people who have YouTube channels, you can relate, or if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, sometimes you don't want to do this, but you have to, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't want to record, you just want to chill out, veg out, relax. Especially after you killed it, you know what I mean? Had a good day, successful day, getting views. So I just felt I wouldn't feel right if I didn't give him his credit and, you know what I mean, put people up on it, because I know a lot of people turn to the channel for news and different insights and outlooks. So some of you guys may not have known about this, but ESPN Plus, the main event, was a Japanese fighter, Naoya Inoue. He just entered, I think, his 3rd division. He's already a 2-division title holder, and he moved up. He was in Chocolatito's division, and that was the big fight, but I told you guys back then that that would be a horrible fight for Chocolatito, and then this was several Inoue fights again. But I've seen a picture of Chocolatito next to Inoue, and he's dwarfed by the size of Inoue, right? And I really firmly believe that had Sor Rungvisai not got to Chocolatito and it all planned out where Inoue fought Chocolatito, I think he would have been the guy to beat him. You know what I mean? The first person to beat him had they fought. And, you know what I mean? If you don't believe me, just listen to some of the old videos. Nonetheless, Inoue moved up, just fought Jaime McDonnell, and he knocked him out, blasted him. And the thing that's impressive to me about this is Jaime McDonnell is a fighter who hadn't lost since like 2018, so like a decade, 10 years. And Naoya Inoue, who just moved up, just blew through him, knocked him down more than one time. I forgot how many knockdowns exactly, but he rattled him, and his legs did a funny dance, and then he just jumped on top of him, and then he just ended up pounding him and destroyed him, living up to his nickname, the Monster. So make sure you focus and pay attention for Naoya Inoue. Definitely the real deal, moved up. Anybody that moves up in weight and is in having the same type of performances, I understand in the lighter weight divisions, like 2 pounds, 3 pounds could be what's separating one division from the next, but all of that matters. It's all relative to weight. You know what I mean? If you're 115 pounds only and you move up to fight someone at 118, you'll probably notice a difference, even though it's only 3 pounds. But you don't have that much weight, well, compared to like someone like me or whatever, that's not that much weight already, so you're gonna notice those 3 pounds. But I'm very impressed with Inoue. He looks like the real deal. 16-0, 14 knockouts. He's young, mid-20s, 25 or so. He moved up. And another thing that was impressive, aside from Jaime McDonnell hadn't lost in a decade, is Jaime McDonnell looked huge next to him. They were doing the face-off. I posted it on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on like the Instagrams and Twitters, because I posted this tweet that you guys seen on the screen, and I did it well before this video, and I didn't know if I was going to make this video, but don't get it twisted. It's not just a YouTube thing. I'm multi-platform. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Some people are like, hey, why don't you do a YouTube video? I might not have felt like it, but I try to cover all this various things in this great sport of boxing. It's not always going to be in the form of a YouTube video, but I tweeted about this fight. I posted the video on Instagram a couple days ago before the fight, and Jaime McDonnell looked huge next to him, and he got ran through. You know what I mean? It was like he had like a 5-inch, 6-inch advantage over Inoue, and then Inoue just handled business. Inoue's a very vicious puncher, very good technically. I seen him use his jab. He has a nice, good jab. That's important for young fighters to have that stick out there. Pow, pow, pow. Inoue's also a very good body puncher. So I'm just looking forward to see what's next for him. But check him out. Some people say he's pound for pound in the pound for pound. I don't really do a pound for pound list. I don't think he should trump established people. See, this is the thing. The pound for pound lists are becoming like laughable because they're prematurely putting these guys on here. Like, I have no problem with you putting Lomachenko on once you, not necessarily number one, but putting him on the list in the top 3 or whatever once you start seeing the certain performances. Like, okay, he just beat Jorge Linares. Okay, that's great. He beat Gary Russell. We just seen Gary Russell beat Joseph Jojo Diaz. Even though Gary Russell at the time he fought Lomachenko hadn't really fought nobody, but we see he's a good fighter. Okay, Lomachenko beat him, Nicholas Walter. Cool. Now you start ranking them. But the thing is, these pound for pound lists that companies is like agenda driven. So they're giving people the credit far before they've even done anything. Like, you know what I mean? Lomachenko could beat Jason Sosa and they say he's pound for pound number 1. I don't believe in that, despite how good you think he's going to be. Naoya Inoue looks like the truth. I've been screaming this for anyone who would listen for quite some time. I see something there. I see the monster has a bright future ahead of him if he stays the course and they introduce him to the American market, some more different things like that. It's going to be a good look. I think he's a good fighter, but to put him on the pound for pound list, you know what I mean? I don't really know about all that, because like you look at ESPN, they put him on the pound for pound list, but they didn't have Anthony Joshua on the pound for pound list. Stuff like that doesn't make sense. Sor Rungvisai wasn't on the pound list for ESPN's top 10, and he beat Chocolatito, the guy that they had as number 1 pound for pound. So that doesn't make sense. How, just based on, I'm not saying that Inoue can't beat Rungvisai, but you have to go off what they've accomplished. Sor Rungvisai factually beat Roman Chocolatito, and then people doubted it, and he came back and beat him better by stoppage. So despite what you think would happen if Rungvisai were to rump and fight against Inoue, we have to go off of what they've accomplished. Just like Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman is a good fighter, very good fighter, but he had 2 belts. So I can't say that, even though I think Errol Spence would beat him, I can't disrespect Keith Thurman's already accomplished career. You know what I mean? His accomplishments is already... So it gets a little fickle with the pound for pound list, but enough of that. That's just a quick little rant. Naoya Inoue looks like the truth. He's living up to the nickname of a monster. This is the type of fighter I like. I love a good boxer puncher, someone who has technique, some wits, some sense about them, but also has power and aggression, knows when to use it, knows when to box, stuff like that. Beautiful performance. I'm not saying Jaime McDonnell was a world beater, but he's a guy with a 5-inch height advantage, hadn't lost in 10 years, and this was more his division than it was Inoue. Inoue just destroyed him like it was easy work. And Jaime McDonnell, for his part, he looked pretty confident in the face-off and stuff. He like kind of walked up real fast on Inoue and stuff, but none of that mattered because Inoue blasted him out in the first round. Other thing I like about Inoue is his temperament. He says he's joining the World Boxing Super Series, which has already been a very good tourney, and there's some upcoming good fights. Hopefully Caleb Smith and George Groves, Murat Gassiev versus Usyk. Hopefully all these fights still happen as intended. There's some injuries there and stuff, but it's been a good series with Gassiev and Dorticos, and Inoue says he's going to join the World Boxing Super Series tournament for his division. So I like that. Moving up, showing skill, showing the same skill, showing the same power, showing the same technique, and he's interested in proving that he's the best. So no complaints. Keep on trucking, Inoue. Shout out to Japan. Looks like y'all got one. The monster. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.